Hey, y'all. I wanted to work in the yard. I'm still in the yard. And I had my truck out there. I'll show it to you. I had it right out there. I was going to work right out there. And lo and behold, guess what? It started raining. So I said, you know what? I'm just not going to let this whip me. I'm going to bring all my junk up here under this porch. And I'm going to work under here. So I want you to see all the mess I've made. I mean, I made one, hadn't I? Look at this. Look at the floor. But I got up here on this table and I have divided this plant right here. I had to divide it. It was too thick. So what I did is I've made 2 pots of it. It's a type of bromelade, is what it is. Let me turn this camera around so you can see. Wait, just now then. Is that better? Yes, it's better. But anyway, I divided. I had to take a butcher knife. My good sharp one. Right here. And I had to cut those roots apart because it was so thick and it was in one pot. So I cut it apart. Then I potted it in these 2 pots. I love these pots. I'm so proud of them. They match and they're really beautiful. They are pottery pots. Now here's the bloom on this bromelade. It blooms about this time of year, and look at it. It is a beautiful bloom. They say that it doesn't bloom until it is root bound, but I had to go ahead and divide it today. And it's supposed to turn 20-something degrees, either, I think it's Friday or Saturday. I mean, Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure. But anyway, I've got an old quilt out here. I piled all my plants up here together, every one of them. And I am going to cover them up with that quilt on that night. So anyway, that is what I'm out here doing. And the UPS man just came, and he brought me a package. And let me see what it says. See if I can tell who it's from. Well, it's up under the thing, but I'll see it in a minute. I'm going to go in and undo it. And so anyway, I said, I'm just not going to let this rain whip me. And don't you say the same thing. And I'm going to tell you, the way things are going, you can get depressed easily because you feel kind of helpless, I know. But we're just going to have to lay it all in the Lord's hands, y'all. We're just going to have to do that. So get out and plant a plant. That'll make you feel better. And made me feel better. And then I had a friend. Let me show you this one plant right here. Julie Wells gave me this. That I don't know if you can see it down there. That is one of those aloe plants. So when I burn myself, I can do that. And somebody else gave me some Christmas cactus. And George's mother had a rose. Let me show you this. Let me get down here and get it. This is a, I call it an Idra rose because George's mother was named Idra. I have no idea what kind it is, but what the real name of it is. But you can cut pieces off and put them down under the ground, under those nodes, and they will root. And this one is an ever bloomer, meaning that it blooms. It doesn't have a big prolific bloom and then quit. It blooms all along while it's growing, so it will bloom literally till Christmas time. I have cut a bud at Christmas. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. But I just wanted to check in with you. Love y'all. And don't get too cold when the weather comes in. Bye. These danged old crows, I put food out there for the little songbirds, and they always come up and get it all. And it's so cold out there. I know that purple verbena right there is probably going to die tonight. I think I may go out there and cut it all off, bring it inside. Y'all can hear my washing machine going, can't you? Just ignore it. But look, they're eating it all. The little birds can't even get in there. I put some fruit and that kind of stuff out for them, and they're eating it all up. Okay, y'all, this isn't chocolate pudding. This is topsoil. You remember a while ago when I showed you those old crows and I told you to show you that plant? Well, I went out and cut it because it's going to freeze tonight, 24 degrees, and so I cut it back and I put a quilt over that pot out there. But I don't want to lose this. This is all I've got left. This is called purple verbena, and this is an heirloom verbena, and it's the kind that comes back every year, but I only have one pot of it. So I'm going to root some of it and see if I can't make more. Now, most of the verbena that you buy in the store or nursery or whatever, it's an annual, and the next year it doesn't come back. This is an old-timey. So what I'm going to do, and I hate to do this, but you got to do it. You cut your, do you see these two little things coming up right here? That's your new growth. In other words, it puts on the bloom, and then those two will come up and put on the bloom each. So I'm going to cut that off. I hate to do it, but I've got to. And everywhere you see a node, and that's a node right there, and that's one. There's every place there's a leaf, there's a node. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here. And I'm going to put these two nodes right here down in the ground. But to do that, I'm going to clip off these leaves right here. And all you're going to have left is that. But the roots will come out right there, and sometimes they come out at the end. Now, I don't put any root on or anything like that on it, but I never have trouble rooting stuff. Do y'all remember these kind of pencils? That's that fat pencil you used to use in first grade. And they gave you this because your little fingers weren't developed enough and you couldn't hold a little pencil. They gave you a big fat pencil. Well, I keep one, and I'm going to just put a hole in there, and I'm going to make sure that both of my nodes are down in that dirt, and I'm going to pack it in kind of around it, okay? And that's how you do it. Now, this part that I just cut off, I'm going to also root it. So out of that one piece, I'm going to get two cuttings. So I'm going to cut these two little things off there, and these two, and these two. You're not supposed to leave much, just a little bit at the top. That's all I'm going to leave. And I'm going to put all this other part under the ground. And I'm going to set this thing in my kitchen window for a day or two and see if it can't adjust. And then all these little ones right here, I've got some little tiny bottles over there. I like little bitty medicine bottles and stuff, so I'm going to do that. I want to show y'all something interesting. Can you wait just a minute? Let me go get it. Hold on a second. Talking about bottles, let me get one of these. Let me find one. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm coming. It's just taking me a little longer than I thought. A little bit longer than I thought. But wait just a minute. Hold on, I'm coming. I am coming. Oh. Alright, here I go. Some of mine are at different places, but you know these little bitty old-timey bottles like this. Back in the olden days, you had medicine cabinets, and you didn't have electricity. So when you went to the medicine cabinet during the night and you couldn't say anything and you needed to take some medicine, you wanted to make sure that you didn't take poison, because that was in there too, in the same medicine cabinet. So do you see those tiny little dots on there? Okay, a regular bottle is smooth-sided, okay? No dots. There's no dots. But on a poison bottle, there are dots on it. And actually that, I don't know if you can see it, but it says poison. Let me get it right there. It's going perpendicular. Can you see it? You see the P? Let me get it a little closer. And it says poison. So when somebody went to the medicine cabinet in the middle of the night, they're reaching in there trying to find some medicine. They didn't want to take this one. If they felt some bumps and some stuff on it, that means that was not the one to take. they would take the smooth one. That was just a little side note. I thought most of you probably know that, but if there's somebody watching that doesn't know that, well, all right, so what we want to do, there you go. So I'm going to cut it right here because that's right, cutting that bloom off. So I cut it off, and I'm going to leave these two things on it. So I'm going to cut it about right here. Trim these off like that. And I'm going to stick all that down in there, okay? So that it's actually going to have two nodes down in there. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And after a while, I'll stick all these videos together. You know, that takes a while, too. Y'all probably don't realize that, but it does. You don't just stick something on here. You have to, if I do several videos, then I have to hook them all together. And I hope y'all are going and follow me on YouTube too. There's a lot of impersonators on there. It's just awful, but I mean, I don't know what to do. I do not know. Anyway, I'm gonna just pinch these off, I think, these little sleeves right here. And then, you know, cooking with Brenda Gentt on Facebook and Instagram. I'm all over the place. We pull these off. I'm just going to leave those little top two up there. The reason you pull all the leaves off except the top two is you want the energy to go to the root and not the leaves. First of all, we got to get some roots on these things, and then we can worry about leaves and such as that. Okay? I don't know if I'll be back or not, but I'll see. Okay, y'all, I'm finished. I've got everything in here. I'm going to sit at my kitchen window. But all these little blooms like this, what I did is I took my little jars right here. I'll show you. I mean, I'm going to enjoy these too. It's no use wasting, is it? When I can enjoy them, I put some water in my medicine bottles and Mama little stuff. I love these little bottles for little flowers. There's some little violets that come up in the spring, and I always do it. See how cute? I did 3 of them. I'm going to put these in my kitchen window too, and they're going to bring me some joy today. Even though it's supposed to freeze tonight, and I brought in all my plants, I hope the next time I put them out, that everything will be good. Now, all this scrap stuff right here, I'm going to throw all this away in the garbage. There's nothing I can do with it. Whoop, there's a flower. Let me put him in there. And I'll enjoy the flowers, and hopefully this will root. And if it does, that means that we have saved an heirloom plant. I mean, you don't want to mess up. I'm gonna wash my little pencil so I'll have it ready to use another time to make some holes with. Push my dirt kind of around it. This dirt is damp, so I'm not gonna water it right now. I think it might drown it. I'm just gonna sit in the window like this. I'm gonna hook all these little videos together. And that way you can see them and watch them as many times as you want to in case you get a plant that you want to root. Plants are just so easy to root. They are. And you haven't got anything to lose. I mean, you know, if somebody gives you a plant, you can try to root it. and more than likely it's going to work. Anyway, one of y'all, I can't remember who, but she gave me some hats. Sure felt good on my ears today. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna try to hook these things together so you can see all of them. The other day before it got this cold, I was out in the yard and rooting stuff and repotting things. I'm gonna let you see that too. And then maybe next week it'll be really warm and I can put everything back out in the yard. Okay? Love y'all so much. Have a blessed night, and I hope you stay warm and cozy tonight. Those sheets may be cold when you get in there tonight. Do your toes.